We have breaking news from the New York Islanders organization. Mathew Barzal has signed an 8-year extension. We'll discuss the details of the contract and what it means for the team coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some big news from the New York Islanders organization. Just announced moments ago, the Islanders and Mathew Barzal have come to terms on an 8-year contract extension. The total value of the contract is just over $73 million, giving Barzel an average annual value of $9.15 million. So obviously I know there were some fears that he may not stick around because of the lack of success last year, or the direction of the team and all that. Of course, John Tavares left. There's still probably some hurt feelings from that, but overall, Barzal's made it clear that he wanted to stay and they get a deal done. I know some of us thought Lou Lamoriello might have been having a long winter's nap here because of the lack of activity in the Islanders organization, but this is an important step for the Islanders and the direction of this team. Now, I'm going to show you a quick snippet of Barzal's recent stats. Of course, he came on to the scene as a rookie and had an 80-plus point campaign, and he's yet to duplicate that. He's more in the 50 to 60 point range, normally scoring under 20 goals, and I think this contract kind of represents what they think he can be more than what he has been. You don't normally see 50, 60 point players getting $9 million, but he's definitely going to be the team's number one center, so that obviously pays a premium as well. The other big concern here as well with Barzel is that his current contract, which would have been set to expire at the end of the upcoming season, had a qualifying offer due of $10 million. Of course, that was a hard negotiation in the last one, and a lot of top young RFAs were getting the final year of their contracts with a higher AAV, or higher payout, I should say, to be able to make sure their next contract was closer to what they wanted. Now, of course, I think we'd all agree here that Barzel has not performed at the level of a $10 million player, so sometimes those negotiations can get quite tricky, and they obviously get him to sign for less than the qualifying offer, which is good on a long-term basis. Now, right now, they don't have anybody making that kind of money. We know the Islanders and Lou were trying to shed money this past year and were not overly successful. The prices were high, and some veterans are going to have to end up getting out of town after this. Like, they're going to have to find a way to create some more flexibility here. But the other thing they need to do as well to allow Barzel to be successful with this contract is they need to get him at least one high-quality winger who can produce at the level that he's used to and finish. The other thing Mathew Barzal needs to do is the kid needs to shoot more. He has always typically been a pass-first setup guy, which is fine. In fact, he's really good at that. But at the same time, he does have an underrated shot, and when he shoots more, he can produce more. We've seen glimpses of it at the World Championships at the end of the season when he was over there with Team Canada playing a big role. I know he played a lot with guys like Drake Bathurst and Josh Anderson, and he was shooting more, and he was having a really good tournament. Arguably Canada's best player on the way to the gold medal. So certainly, it's something that I expect him to be able to live up to, but the team, the GM, needs to make a few changes on the team to make sure that it's more likely to be successful. We'll see how the new coach, Lane Lambert, does this year. If they're going to, get more of an offensive structure going. I know so far in the preseason, they haven't scored a ton of goals, so I don't know. I mean, it's hard to really put much, weight behind that, though. Preseason is just that, preseason, and for a lot of vets especially, they don't really ramp it up till the regular season starts, so we're not going to be overly judgmental based on that right now. But this contract, to me, is important. It gets them an offensive elite player with potential to be there for a long time, which is what they need. I just think that they need to allow him to be who he is on the ice and give him a solid winger to play with, so that he can live up to that. And like I said, I also think he needs to shoot more. But yeah, I mean, some people I know are probably going to look at this contract, look at his stats, and be like, oh, geez, that's an overpayment. And other players that are waiting to get paid might be going, oh, well, that's going to be good for me because I can be producing at least what he is, and I'm going to be able to get more money. And that's fine. But he's also, like I said, a number one centerman, which itself is a premium position, and that's playing a role here. And like I said, I also think he can be an 80, 90 point player consistently, like he was in his rookie season, if he's given the right players to play with. No offense to some of his teammates, it's just they're not cutting it, and they need to make some upgrades to that team and allow him to be more successful. It's just that simple. So let me know your thoughts on the Barzel contract. It's a big stepping stone to getting their top younger players locked up longer term, which is going to be good for ticket sales. It's going to be good for the fan base to know that he's not going anywhere. But we now need to see what else Lou can do to upgrade around him. So let me know your thoughts on this contract for Barzal and the Islanders down in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with the latest news, rumors, and analysis of all 32 NHL teams. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.